Have you ever noticed how the little things in life make the biggest difference? Like being able to get up from your favorite chair without help, walking confidently to the kitchen for a glass of water, or bending just enough to pick something off the floor. These are small moments, but they're what keep us feeling independent, strong, and proud of ourselves as we age. And here's the truth. Losing independence doesn't usually happen overnight. It happens slowly, in little ways, when our muscles weaken, our balance gets shaky, or our joints start to stiffen. But here's the good news. You have way more control than you might think. Today, we're going to talk about 7 simple chair exercises that can help you keep your strength, improve your balance, and protect your independence for years to come. And the best part? You don't need a gym, fancy equipment, or even to stand up the whole time. All you need is a sturdy chair and a few minutes a day. Now, you might be thinking, will a few minutes in a chair really make a difference? Oh, absolutely. These exercises are designed to target the muscles you use every single day: your legs, your arms, your back, and your core. Think about it. Every time you get up to answer the door, carry groceries, or walk around the house, you're using those exact muscles. Strengthening them in simple, safe ways not only keeps you moving but also lowers your risk of falls, keeps your posture upright, and helps you feel more energetic. So grab a comfortable chair, sit back, and let's get started. By the end of this, you'll have a little routine you can do daily. One that doesn't just add years to your life, but life to your years. Let's begin with the first exercise, which is one of my favorites because it's so simple, yet so powerful. Imagine yourself sitting tall in your chair. Feet flat on the floor, shoulders relaxed, hands resting gently on your thighs. The exercise is called the seated march. Think of it as marching in place, but while sitting down. Just lift one knee up, lower it back down, then lift the other. Slow, steady, controlled. That's it. Now, why is this so important? Because this movement strengthens your hip flexors and your thighs, the very muscles you rely on to lift your legs when you're walking, climbing stairs, or stepping over something. When those muscles are strong, walking feels easier, and you're less likely to trip or shuffle your feet. I want you to picture something. Imagine walking outside on a sunny afternoon, maybe heading to the park or visiting a friend. Every step you take requires your legs to lift and move forward. The seated march is like your secret training tool, keeping those leg muscles awake and ready for action. And here's the beauty of it. You don't need to overdo it. Start small. Maybe lift each knee 10 times, nice and slow. If that feels good, you can increase the number gradually. And don't worry if your march is only a few inches off the ground. This isn't about how high you lift your legs. It's about keeping the movement steady and building your strength over time. Now, while you're doing this, remember to breathe naturally. Sometimes we forget and we hold our breath without realizing it. Inhale gently through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and keep the rhythm with your legs. Almost like you're creating your own little marching band, right there in your living room. Now let's talk about something very real. Many people, once they reach 60, 70, or 80, start worrying about losing their ability to walk long distances. And honestly, that fear is valid. But exercises like the seated march are like insurance for your independence. They keep those walking muscles strong so you can continue enjoying the freedom of moving around without relying on others. Isn't that worth a few minutes a day? Once you've warmed up with marching, let's move on to another incredibly useful move. This one is all about standing tall and keeping your back strong. It's called the seated shoulder squeeze. Don't worry, it's easier than it sounds. Here's what you do. Sit tall again, feet flat on the floor, hands resting on your lap. Now, imagine you're trying to pinch a pencil between your shoulder blades. Pull your shoulders back and squeeze gently, hold for 2 or 3 seconds, then relax. Do it again, squeeze, hold, and release. This simple move strengthens the muscles in your upper back and shoulders. Why does that matter? Well, those muscles are what help you keep good posture. You know how some people as they age start to hunch forward, shoulders rounded, neck straining? That's often because those upper back muscles have weakened. By doing this little squeeze regularly, you're telling your body, no, we're staying upright, confident, and proud. And there's more. A strong upper back helps with everyday things, like reaching into cupboards, carrying groceries, or even hugging your grandkids without strain. It also takes pressure off your neck and helps reduce back pain. Think about this. How many hours do you spend sitting in a chair, maybe watching TV, reading, or chatting with family? Now imagine sneaking in a few shoulder squeezes during those times. No sweat, no fuss, just little moments of strength building hidden inside your day. That's how independence is maintained, not with dramatic workouts, but with small, consistent actions that add up over time. And let me tell you something from the heart. Confidence shows in your posture. When you walk into a room standing tall, people notice. They see energy, they see health, they see independence. It's a message your body sends before you even say a word. So, think of the seated shoulder squeeze not just as an exercise, but as your secret to looking and feeling confident every single day. Now that we've woken up the legs with marching and strengthened the back with shoulder squeezes, it's time to move into something that connects it all together, your core. Alright, now that your body is warmed up and you've started to feel those muscles waking up, let's keep the momentum going. Remember, every small move you make is a step toward keeping your independence and living life on your own terms. And that's something worth fighting for, isn't it? We've already taken care of your legs with the seated march, and your upper back with those shoulder squeezes. Now, let's dive into something that ties everything together, the powerhouse of your body. I'm talking about your core. Now, when I say core, most people think of six-pack abs or crunches on the floor, and that can sound intimidating, right? But your core is so much more than just your stomach muscles. It includes your lower back, your sides, and all those deep muscles that help you stay balanced, stable, and strong. Every time you get up from a chair, turn to look behind you, or reach across the table, your core is working. So let's give it some love with the seated torso twist. Here's how you do it. Sit tall in your chair, feet planted firmly on the floor, hands gently placed across your chest or resting lightly on your shoulders. Now, slowly twist your upper body to the right, keeping your hips facing forward. Hold for a couple of seconds, then come back to center. Now twist to the left, hold, and return. That's it. No rushing, no straining, just gentle, controlled movement. This exercise does wonders for your midsection. It strengthens those oblique muscles on the sides of your abdomen, helps keep your spine flexible, and improves your ability to turn and reach safely. Think about how often you twist in daily life. Reaching for the seatbelt in the car, grabbing something from the back seat, or even just turning to chat with someone sitting next to you. Having a strong, flexible core makes all of that easier and safer. And here's the best part. Movements like the torso twist are not only about strength, they're about mobility. One of the sneaky things about aging is that we start to lose flexibility without realizing it. Then one day you go to turn, and suddenly your back feels stiff, or worse, you tweak something. But by practicing these gentle twists, you keep your spine moving the way it's meant to, reducing stiffness and keeping those muscles supple. I like to think of this one as a way of saying to your body, stay young, stay flexible. And you don't need to do dozens of repetitions to see the benefit. Even 8 to 10 twists on each side can make a noticeable difference over time. Just make sure you move slowly, breathe with the motion, and stop if you feel any sharp pain. Now, let's build on that and move to something that's going to get your blood flowing a little more. The seated leg extension. This is one of the most important moves you can do, especially if you want to keep your legs strong for walking, climbing stairs, and getting in and out of chairs. Here's how to do it. Sit tall again. See how often that comes up? Posture is everything. Place your hands on the sides of your chair for balance. Now, slowly extend your right leg straight out in front of you, as if you're trying to kick your toes forward. Hold for a second, then lower it back down. Now switch to the left leg. Up, hold, and down. What's happening here? You're strengthening your quadriceps. That's the big muscle on the front of your thigh. These muscles are absolutely crucial for independence because they're the ones that help you stand up from a chair, support you when you walk, and give you the power to climb stairs. Without strong quads, simple everyday actions can start to feel like mountains. And don't worry if your leg doesn't go perfectly straight at first. Work with the range of motion that feels comfortable to you. Maybe your leg only extends halfway right now. That's perfectly fine. The more you practice, the stronger you'll get and the easier it will become. I want you to imagine something here. Picture yourself at a family gathering, maybe sitting in your favorite chair. Now, instead of needing help to get up when someone calls you over, you rise confidently on your own. That feeling of independence, that's what this little leg extension is training you for. It's not about exercise for exercise's sake. It's about living life on your terms. If you want to challenge yourself a little more, you can even add a pause at the top. Lift your leg, hold it for 2 or 3 seconds, feel that muscle working, then lower it slowly. That slow, controlled lowering is just as important as the lift itself. It builds strength in a safe, effective way. Now, after working those legs, let's give some attention to the arms. Because independence isn't just about walking, it's also about lifting, carrying, and reaching. And to do all of that, you need strong arms. So here's a fantastic exercise you can do right in your chair. The seated arm curl. This one is simple, but it packs a punch. Sit tall, arms down by your sides. If you have light hand weights, water bottles, or even cans of soup, you can use them for resistance. If not, don't worry. You can still get the benefit just by using the weight of your arms. With your palms facing upward, bend your elbows and bring your hands toward your shoulders, then slowly lower them back down. Curl up, lower down. Just like that. This works your biceps, the muscles on the front of your arms. Why does that matter? Because your biceps are the ones you use for lifting groceries, carrying laundry, or even picking up your grandchild for a hug. They're also crucial for pushing yourself up from a chair or steadying yourself when you need to grab onto something. And let me tell you, the beauty of this exercise is in the control. Don't rush it. Take your time on the way up and especially on the way down. That slow lowering is what really makes those muscles work. Here's something I love to remind people. Strength isn't about being able to bench press 100 pounds. It's about being able to live your life without hesitation. Imagine being able to grab your own suitcase when you travel, carry your own shopping bags, or simply pour yourself a full pitcher of water without strain. That's real strength. That's the kind of strength this exercise gives you. Now, here's a little tip to make it more fun. Put on some music you enjoy, something with a steady beat. Time your curls to the rhythm. Turns a simple arm exercise into a little dance move, and before you know it, you've done a whole set while enjoying your favorite song. So far, we've marched for stronger legs, squeezed for better posture, twisted for a flexible spine, extended for thigh strength, and curled for arm power. Can you see how all these little moves are adding up? Each one tackles a different part of your body, but together, they create a routine that supports your independence from head to toe. You've already done so much just by following along up to this point. Your legs have been marching, your back has been standing tall, your core has been twisting, your thighs extending, and your arms curling with strength. Every single move you've made is like a little investment in your future, an investment that pays you back in freedom, confidence, and independence. Now, let's finish strong with the last couple of exercises. These ones are especially important because they bring everything together and help you stay steady on your feet, which, as you know, is one of the biggest keys to staying independent as we get older. The next move is called the seated heel and toe lift. This one may look simple, but don't underestimate it. It's a powerhouse when it comes to balance and circulation. Here's how you do it. Sit tall, feet flat on the floor. Now lift your heels so only your toes stay on the ground, then slowly lower them. Next, lift your toes so only your heels are on the ground and lower again. Keep alternating. Heels up, toes down, then toes up, heels down. It almost looks like you're tapping your feet along with music. And actually, that's a fun way to do it. Put on a favorite song and tap along. So why does this matter? Because this little up and down motion strengthens your calves, ankles, and shins, all the muscles that help you walk without shuffling your feet. Strong ankles and calves are what keep you steady when you step off a curb or adjust quickly to uneven ground. They're also your secret weapon for preventing falls. And there's a bonus. These heel and toe lifts improve blood flow in your legs, which is incredibly important for anyone who spends a lot of time sitting. Better circulation means less stiffness, less swelling, and more energy in your legs. Think about how many times in daily life you rise up on your toes to reach something on a shelf or flex your feet when walking downstairs. These muscles are working constantly in the background, and keeping them strong means you'll feel more stable and sure-footed everywhere you go. Do about 10 to 15 lifts of each, and over time, you'll notice how much lighter and stronger your legs feel. It's such a small move, but it can make a world of difference. Now, let's end with a move that brings everything together: the seated side bend. Here's what you do. Sit tall with your feet firmly planted. Place your right hand behind your head, and let your left arm hang naturally at your side. Now slowly lean to the left, reaching your hand toward the floor, then return to center. Switch sides. Left hand behind your head, right arm reaching down, lean to the right, and come back. This exercise strengthens the muscles along the sides of your body, your obliques, and it stretches out your spine. Why does that matter? Because side strength helps you with balance, with bending safely, and with keeping your body stable when you're carrying things. Imagine reaching down to pick up something you dropped on the floor, or leaning to the side to grab a bag from the car. That's where these muscles come in. And the stretching part? That's what keeps your body feeling loose and limber. You know that tight, stiff feeling we sometimes get in the lower back or waist? Side bends are like an antidote to that stiffness. They help you move smoothly and comfortably, without those ouch moments. Take it slow, don't rush, and breathe with the movement. Inhale as you lean to the side, exhale as you return to center. It's almost like a gentle dance with your body, and it feels wonderful once you get into the rhythm. So now, let's pause for a moment and think about what we've accomplished. You've worked your legs, your arms, your core, your back, and your posture. You've done movements that support walking, standing, reaching, bending, lifting, and balancing. These aren't just exercises. They're the exact motions you use every single day to live life independently. And that's really the heart of it. Independence isn't about doing everything alone. It's about having the choice, the strength, and the confidence to do the things you want to do when you want to do them. Maybe that means cooking your own meals, playing with your grandkids, gardening in the sunshine, or traveling somewhere you've always wanted to go. Whatever independence looks like for you, these exercises are little building blocks that keep that dream alive. Now, I know it can be easy to put things off. You might be thinking, I'll start tomorrow, or maybe I'll skip today. But let me tell you something. Every time you sit in that chair and do these simple moves, you're saying yes to yourself. You're saying yes to strength, yes to energy, and yes to a life where you're in control. And here's the beautiful thing. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. You don't need to push yourself until you're exhausted. You don't need to do everything perfectly. What matters most is that you show up, even for a few minutes a day. Because those few minutes stack up into weeks, months, and years of strength and independence. Think of it like watering a plant. You don't flood it once a month and hope it grows. You give it a little water regularly, and that's what keeps it alive and thriving. Your body is the same way. These exercises are like little sips of strength and movement that keep you growing strong and vibrant. So, my friend, here's what I want you to do. Choose a time each day, maybe right after breakfast, or during your favorite TV show, or even while listening to music, and make these chair exercises a part of your routine. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel, and the more you'll notice the difference in how you move, how you feel, and how confident you are in your daily life. Before we wrap up, let me say this. You are stronger than you think. Age may change us, but it doesn't define us. With a little movement, a little effort, and a lot of determination, you can continue to live with strength, with dignity, and with joy. If you found these exercises helpful, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, your progress, or even your favorite chair exercise in the comments below. It might just inspire someone else to get started too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who might benefit. Because remember, this isn't just about exercises. It's about living your best life at any age. So here's to staying strong, staying independent, and staying vibrant, one chair exercise at a time. Take care of yourself, keep moving, and as always, keep shining.